A really quick video while our son is tilling up some dirt and getting ready for this new project that we have that I am really excited about. We are going to try to go totally frugal on this. I have wanted a high tunnel for a long time. They're expensive. I've been looking at it, just not sure about it. I would really love to be able to grow all year round, and I don't think that is the answer to it right now, is the high tunnel, which does cost thousands of dollars. So that would not be put up this year. So we're trying our hand at an underground greenhouse, which is a WALIPINI. I have been researching and researching. There are so many different ways that I've seen you can do these. We are gonna try this way with a tractor. We do not have a backhoe or any kind of equipment like that, but we do have a tractor with a tiller and a bucket on the front. It's a small tractor, so we are giving our hand at it, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what we're doing and how our youngest son is actually the one doing the work right now. So here's our garden back here. You guys have seen that back behind the house, the greenhouse. I've got the chickens back here with this is actually a pallet compost piles that I'm going to move into the end of the greenhouse, but that's another video. And I've got a post I haven't put up yet, so pay no attention to that. This is a work in progress as well. The garden is not actually finished, but over here behind the coop is going to be the WALIPINI. We actually just filled up a strip for me some dirt to deliver raised beds, and then we have this wonderful idea of putting the WALIPINI here, trying it with a tractor. We're going to go about 3 wide. I can't remember how big the tiller is, but as you can see, that's the 3rd strip going down. He's actually going to take that topsoil and pull it over here for me in raised beds in the WALIPINI. That way I have good topsoil, and then the other soil is going to be piled on the other end. We are doing some culvert work on our driveway. We have a small creek, but it does flood when it rains. We are up on a hill, so all the water runs down there and goes down there, and it floods our driveway and the bottoms down there a lot. So we've had those culverts in for 17 years, so they are kind of rusted out, and before it actually just falls in and we can't get in and out of our driveway, we're actually going to redo that with some concrete culverts. So that is actually happening this week. I'm hoping to get some video of that, but he is actually digging up some of this as well, going to till it and scoop it out and make a big pile because we do need some dirt. So this worked out really well and a great timing. So as you can see, he has piled one strip right here for me of topsoil, and he is getting ready to start on another pile. So the problem we do have is we do have some trees back here. This is shaded and it can't be shaded, so we are going to have to do some work behind here as well. Going to have to cut down some trees. These trees have really grown since we moved here 17 years ago. It has really grown up, so we're going to cut that, get that brush out of there, cut some of these trees down. Some of them are oak, but we can use that for firewood and things like that. We may put the goats in there and let them eat out of that a little bit while we're, working on this WALIPINI. Not sure about that yet. They do clean it up rather well, and I know they would probably enjoy all the brush. So he is now scooping out that layer, and he's just going to scoop it slowly and push it all over here into a big pile for me to use in the raised beds. I'll probably need to cover that maybe with something, because it's not going to be like really soon when we get those raised beds done. So I'll probably need to cover it up. I'm not real sure. I'm gonna have to look at, kind of research that, just so it doesn't become a muddy mess if it starts raining, and we'll see how that works. I may cover it up anyways to kind of kill whatever weeds are in it and see what happens. I would really love to be able to put the chickens in it and let them just kind of eat and stuff in it. I know they would enjoy scratching in it, but if I let them out, they're going to get in my garden and they're going to eat stuff they shouldn't eat, because that's the first place they go to. They know there's good food in there. All right, you got that one scooped out, so now he's just going to go back and get all the little sides in between each run and get it scooped out as well. The plan is to go down about 5 or 6 feet into the ground. That way it's down past the frost line, and my goal is to actually buy a lemon tree after we get this done and make sure it's regulated, and try to grow some lemons. I'm pretty excited about that. I think that would be really cool. We're actually maybe 6 feet. I need to look that up. It's one of those. So the plan is, I think you have to be zone 10 maybe is tropical. So the plan is to be zone 10 in the WALIPINI to kind of keep the citrus tree alive, but would that not be cool to have lemons? And we're in southern Illinois, so we're like, that would be so neat. So that is one thing we're gonna try to do, or one thing I am gonna try to do. I have found a love for gardening this year, reinvented that love, I guess. I don't know, reinvented, is that a good word for that? I don't have any idea. I've gardened for years and years. We've been here 17 years and I have gardened just about every year, except for last year when we were preparing for a wedding. I did not garden, I don't believe. I didn't put anything out because I knew it was gonna be a crazy time. And that is almost 1 year ago, which is kind of crazy to even think about that. I've been gardening for, seems like a really long time, and I've never really put out a lot of stuff like I did this year. I've done new things, I've planted more flowers and just all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's almost October, and like tomorrow is October when I'm recording this. And I still have tomatoes, I have new cucumbers, which is squash bugs, which are supposed to be gone, are trying to take over. But I have beets that I'm gonna be pulling up some in a little bit, like maybe in a week or so. Asparagus that'll be ready for next year. There's lots of lettuce up that is delicious. And I've got some red mustard coming up, more lettuce, just lots of radishes and turnips and things that I just hadn't ever planted before. So I am so excited to have this WALIPINI that I can plant in all year round. I'm gonna put some mint in there, and because it grows so well and spreads so well, it will actually, hopefully, I've read this, so we'll see how it works, kind of hold the dirt together and keep it from eroding. And mint will smell so good. It smells so good. I can just go in there and rub my hands on it or whatever, but I'm excited for that as well. And hopefully it'll kind of keep the pests that maybe don't like the mint, or maybe it will kind of shield the other plants from pests. The only thing I'm gonna have to worry about, I'm gonna have to do some research on, of course, is pollination. So unless, like in the winter, there's not going to be bees out and things like that. So we will have to try to figure out how to self-pollinate if we're doing flowering plants. So we'll have to see how that works. All right, he has got one layer of each row off. So I believe his next, he's going to lower the tiller and get another layer off of there. Now this is just a small tractor. We bought this tractor used a few years ago. This is a Kubota. We bought this. It actually came with the bucket. We did have to buy the tiller, and we bought it at Rural King, gosh, a few years ago. It's just a small little, it's not that little. I don't know if it's 4 or 5 feet. Here we are on the other side. He's getting ready to do another pass on the second layer, I guess you could say. I didn't put the pressure on. But these, you can see this is all shaded right now, and it's like, I don't know, it's about 10 o'clock when the sun should be on it. So if you look up here, you can see the sun is just peeking over these trees. And those trees are going to have to come down because we're going to need to pile the dirt, or we're going to need sun actually on this side of the WALIPINI. Alright, it is the next morning, and I'm going to walk out here and show you the progress that they actually made. And I actually have some stakes up now to show you and us the size that it's actually going to be. Alright, so here actually looks bigger than what I thought it would. I don't know if you can really tell, but they actually got down pretty far. I don't know, maybe a couple of feet or so. With the tractor, just tilling it and then scooping it out, kind of pushing it out. Down there is my top soil that is going to be for my raised beds. And then all of the rest of it got pushed way over here in this big pile. The big pile is going to actually be used for the culvert that we're doing today. My husband, I'm pretty sure I hear him down there with the equipment that we rented for redoing the culvert on our driveway. We're actually hoping to be able to have enough time to bring it up here while we have it rented and get like a 2-for-1 kind of thing. Bring it up here and finish digging this out. We want to go down about 5 or 6 feet on the edges of the north, south, and east walls. I want to leave a ledge about the width of the bucket so that I can plant on that. So I kind of have like a ledge, a long bench around the whole outside except for the end where the door is going. Now I am totally winging this. I do not have like a definite plan for this. I've just kind of been looking at stuff online, looking at others, what they've done. Some of them are super fancy and cost a lot of money. Some of them are a hole dug in the ground with a roof over it. That's kind of like what ours is going to be. I plan on making the roof to be kind of similar to the greenhouse. I don't know what that is called, if it's one side is longer than the other, and that will be the same plastic that we put on the greenhouse we will be putting on this. You can see what I'm talking about, that kind of roof there. It's gonna look a lot like that. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm trying to do this as frugally as possible. I don't want to have a ton of money in it, but we do want it to work. I've got some other ideas for venting and things like that, and I will share those. But for right now, this is the progress we've made so far. Making more progress. Right now we just have this huge hole in the yard that is approximately 6 feet deep. Not crazy. And that is a wrap for now. This was just kind of a secondary project with the rented equipment that we had. So we're about to the end of that. Looks like we got quite a bit done. We'll have to work on it some more. Another day in the WALIPINI, the making of our in-ground greenhouse. So we had been tilling, scooping. We had some rented equipment because we were doing our culvert down in the driveway where we have a creek running through. And we had it for a few more hours, so we decided to go ahead and dig it out some more. Quite a bit done, quite a bit of dirt moved. We've got about 8 or 10 feet left, I think, to go, but quite a bit of progress. I am excited. We've really got to get in there with a shovel and get some of this out and put some gravel down and get the structure over it and everything, but I'm really excited. It's really looking cool.